Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to your Monday night. It is me, JT. I am here once again. I'm dragging the geek, Mr. Sully, along behind me because tonight, episodes 1 and possibly 2, not sure what he was going to do yet, of Wonder Man. It is Avenger Pretenders. That's what you're checking out. So do me a favor. Grab your favorite beverage and something to munch on. Have a seat in that big bad chair and strap yourself in because, my friends, I guarantee you, it's going to be one bumpy-ass ride. Sully, it's all you.
Oh, why, thank you, sir. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Avenger Pretenders. Yes, I am the geek, and I do that for a reason because, well, I kind of am. I think I'm like a jock-type geek, but I'm a geek nonetheless. A geek nonetheless, because why not? I mean, I think it's awesome. Just saying. But yes, we are going to be talking about Wonder Man because, yeah, that's the next show. And I'm not going to lie. I think I did what many people did. And I'm sure JT did not do this. Where I binged the entire series. Whoopsie, my bad.
I didn't binge it. I wanted to watch, I was planning on watching like the first 4 episodes. But as usual, life got in the way and I only got through the first 2.
It always does, and that's okay when it does. It really is. It's okay when it does, because at least this way you go in with a clear head, you know?
Exactly.
And I will tell you this. Overall, since I did watch the entire thing, I enjoyed it. And we're going to rate it at the end. Now, we are going to break down each episode, starting with episode 1, and if we have time, we'll do episode 2 as well. And I think it's very awesome. Want to say hi to Annie, who just popped in on TikTok. Hello, good to see you. We're talking some nerd stuff. We're talking about Wonder Man tonight. It's part of Phase 6 of the MCU.
Nerd stuff. I like that.
Which, if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Phase 6 is the last phase of the multiverse saga. So
well, let me do a search here.
I'm pretty sure it's the last phase.
How many phases for MCU?
I'm pretty sure right now it's 6 phases, and this is the
there
last
are currently 6 phases in the MCU, divided into 2 major sagas: the Infinity Saga, phases 1 through 3,
yes,
and the Multiverse Saga,
yes,
phases 4 through 6.
Yes, which, if you think about it, is going to be a very interesting one, to say the least.
Kind of like the series.
Yeah, you know, I like what they did. I like what they did with this.
Right. And you having, and in the back of my head for the rest of the time that we do this, my mind's going to be going, he already knows what happens.
Yes.
You know, so you have a little future insight.
I do.
So through the entire review, we're going to hear, oh, just wait. You just don't know what's going to happen.
You really don't.
Yeah, but you do. You sorry bastard.
I'm sorry. It was kind of one of those things that just happened.
Right? Understand?
It really did. It was, I don't want to say it got away from me because it really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But at the
you
same
just couldn't resist the urge.
Yeah, it was just one of those things like, and no joke, we watched Bridgerton. So, you know, I kind of have to do the 50-50 here. Bridgerton was more important for the wife. Wonder Man was more important for me. So when it came down to it, once Bridgerton was all done, I binged the last 3 episodes of Wonder Man. And I was also talking to Western Echo about it, like in between. He's like, "Did you finish it? Did you finish it?" I'm like, "No, I didn't finish it yet." But
Nice.
Now that I have, him and I were going back and forth and discussing it a little bit. And I'm sure he can't wait to hear our take on it. Now,
Right.
I do have to send you the link, so I'm going to send you the link in a minute here. But
That would be nice.
it would be nice, wouldn't it?
Actually, you know what? Don't worry about sending me the link. You lead the way, and I'll throw in my thoughts and everything. But I will say this. I will say this right off the bat. Okay, last week we did kind of the preview, talking about what the series is supposed to be about, who Wonder Man is, and all that good stuff. Just to give a little intro to people like me who had no freaking clue.
Right. Which we did. I think we did a pretty good job of that.
I think so too. I think so too. You gave me some information that I didn't have. I happened to read the page on it and everything, and it gave me more insight and everything else. And even with that, after watching episodes 1 and 2,
yes,
I'm intrigued.
Right.
Okay, I'm sitting here going, okay, there's plot twist number 1. Oh, wait, there's plot twist number 2. And I'm intrigued. It has me extremely interested. I was going to say excited, but I don't think I'd quite go as far as excited. But it has me extremely interested in episode 3.
Yeah.
So it's a good start.
It's a really good start.
It's been able to pull me in, which you well know it's tricky to do.
I'm still trying to get you the link. I'm sorry. Here it is.
Like I said, you don't have to set it up if you don't want to. Let's just roll into this thing and get her going.
But I do want to, because I want you to at least, kind of get your feel for it,
Right, I got you.
All right, here we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted this one.
Yay, he found it.
I did
find it. Found it.
And I think what we're gonna do with this with this series, we're not gonna break down the entire episode like we normally do. And the only reason why I think that is because it's not an action series. Okay? It's not an action series at all.
Yeah, it's definitely different from anything that we've done or they've done so far in the MCU.
Yes. And one of the things about it is I feel as if Kevin Feige is trying to correct things or change things to bring the MCU back to what it was before the multiverse saga started. It's one of those things where I personally feel that this series is more of a character study than anything. And last week when we were talking about this, we mentioned that this has to do with Simon Williams, who is Wonder Man. We know he's Wonder Man. He's a struggling actor. He's a struggling actor. He's trying to get that big break. And the whole opening scene is him being an extra in a TV show that he had already gotten. But he overanalyzed things just a little too much when it came down to it. And I thought that was very interesting that he was getting the writer involved, the director involved, what's my background.
Yeah, and just because that's your system of getting into character and everything else doesn't mean that it's everybody else's, and you can't shove your system on top, onto everybody else to conform it to what you need to do.
Yeah, especially since it was for American Horror Story.
Right.
And his character was going to die anyway.
In that scene that they were talking about.
Like, where did this come from? What's my backstory here? No, don't know. That's
And I mean, if you look at it though, the first couple of questions that he asked were great.
Yes,
And if he would have stopped there,
but he didn't.
he would have been just fine.
Yes. Oh,
But
without doubt.
obviously, as we see through the rest of episode 1, this man has no boundaries.
Yeah. Well, you
He
know,
doesn't know when to stop.
I don't think it's a matter of boundaries for him. I think it's more on the overanalyzation of what a character should be.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, that's part of it.
and when it comes to acting, okay, and I can speak for this firsthand, actors need to know backstories of characters for things. However, in Simon's case, with this whole episode and what he was doing with the showrunner and the writer and the director, he was going so far back that he was now holding up production.
Right.
Because all the notes that he was taking had nothing to really do with the character at all. He was trying to make it more for him, which not good. Not good at all.
With the fact that he's dying in that scene.
Yes.
He's literally getting his head bit off.
Yes. Which, don't get me wrong, actors absolutely can do. But if you're an actor that is basically just being like he's a fill-in, really. You know, what's the word I'm looking for is what they do. He's
Minor role.
No, there's a certain term for it. I'm trying to remember. It's a certain term for background actor. Not stand-in, not photo double.
Filler?
Yes, filler or it's driving me nuts.
I want to say hi real quick to our good friend from across the northern border. Miss Carol is with us tonight. And Jade, what's my name? Pops in and says, hey, just popped in to say hello.
Jade! Hi, how are you, dear? I know who Jade is. But she called me Maddie, and she knows I don't like that.
Antagonist is the word she is suggesting.
No, antagonist is the bad guy.
Yeah.
We're talking about the extras. So you've got, obviously core background extras. You've got, atmosphere. That's what it was. Atmosphere, stand-ins, featured extra, stuff like that. This was more of a cameo type role where the character was just going to die. He didn't need to go into this many details about him being, the detail of the
how long have we known each other? Yeah. You know, do we have a work rivalry and all this other stuff? You know, just should he be packing up a book?
Right. Like
really?
Like, no, you don't want that. You don't want to do anything bad like that, you know? And it gets to the point where they cut his scene entirely from the episode.
Yep. Yeah.
Jade says, fine, I'll correct myself. What's up, Sally? Thank you, dear. Thank you. And all she heard was villain. No, not villain. No, this is Simon Williams, not the villain. I promise he is not the antagonist. He's the protagonist in this. But that kind of leaves him all disheartened when it comes down to things, because now he's going home. He just got fired, and his girlfriend is leaving him that same day.
Her plan was to be long gone by the time he got home, because he wasn't supposed to get home till 5.
Yeah, no. She
So
was
she got caught in the act.
she was supposed to be out of there and good to go,
Yep.
So in order for him to, kind of just accept what was going on, he leaves too. He goes and sees a viewing of Midnight Cowboy, which is a real movie, by the way, folks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a real movie, by the way. Just saying. But the other thing is, with the background for Simon, and they tackle this a few times in the series. One of the things that he used to do was go to the movies with his dad.
Yep.
And
that's how they started the episode.
Yeah, exactly. Which is how they started the episode. And they showed it, they told him, that this is Wonder Man, 1980 film Wonder Man. And he was just in total awe. Kind of like when you go see a movie for the first time. For me, it was Return of the Jedi. That was my first film in the theaters, was Return of the Jedi. And I fell in love with movies, I fell in love with movies right then and there. Like, that was my jam, So when it came down to it, I felt this entire scene of, oh, this is amazing. How do they do this type of thing and all that, So I feel them. Well, while he's in the middle of seeing Midnight Cowboy, though, we hear a familiar voice. Very familiar voice. One of Trevor Slattery. You remember Trevor Slattery?
Yeah, yes. Yes, I do.
Good old Trevor Slattery. You know who I'm talking about. The Mandarin. You'll never see me coming. First and foremost, I don't care what movie he's in, Ben Kingsley freaking nails it every single time. Doesn't matter if it's a serious role, a role in a comedy, this guy can do anything. I love Ben Kingsley. I really do.
Yeah. He's good.
Now, the thing with Trevor, though, is he's talking about an audition before the movie starts, and Simon and him start to talking, and they start to become buddies with Midnight Cowboy, and then he tells him to shut up. Hey,
it's the movie starting.
The movie's starting. But Trevor Slattery, I love Trevor Slattery. I love his accent. I do. I really do. You'll never see me coming. And I like that they're billing this as he's trying to move on from the Mandarin, trying to move on from it, and geez, I don't know how many times they bring it up. Just in this episode alone, they bring up the Mandarin a couple of times, and he's just like
4 or 5.
I was playing a character,
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean, he was.
I love the flashback.
Which one?
The first one with Trevor.
Oh, where they're actually showing him as the Mandarin?
No. They're on the plane. He's talking to the little lady next to him.
That's episode 2.
And they, he's giving her the background, and they
episode
land.
2. That's episode 2. We're not there yet.
Is that 2?
Yes.
Is that 2?
That's 2. We're not there yet.
I thought that was episode 1.
Nope.
Oh, no, that's right. Okay, yeah. Okay, my bad.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Don't jump the gun that far. You're just like...
It's a good one scene, though.
It really is. And you know what? Actually, since we are talking about it, let's just do it. Let's just run with it then. Because, yes, episode 2, the beginning of that flashback, like you said, he's on a plane. He's talking to the stewardess. And it was it just the stewardess, or was somebody else too?
No, it was the passenger that was sitting next to him.
Right. Talking about the Mandarin.
Yeah,
Being the
talking about his career and showing her pictures of his mother and all those kind of things. Just
Yep.
reminiscing, really.
Reminisce of the things that came. But at the
He's making
same
his triumphant
time,
return to Hollywood.
yes. And what was it? I think she recognized him from South Shore Hospital, is
Yes.
what it was.
Yes.
Which was a TV show that he did in.
Lead role for 3 episodes.
Yes, and then was fired. Was fired and replaced by Joe Pantoliano,
Yeah.
which I thought was great that they did this. I really do, because as we watch more episodes, you're going to see more cameos. But this was so cool that they did this. And we'll get into that when we get into a little bit more detail on that episode, because that's not this one or episode 2. But
Right.
what happens is while they're watching the movie and Trevor's mentioning this audition for Wonder Man, well, an audition for a big role in a big film. And it's going to be his way to, get out.
Reestablish himself.
Yeah. So what they do is after the movie, they go hang out. They're discussing the film afterwards, Hey, Simon even says, what about this big audition? What's going to go? Where do you have to go? My agent didn't mention anything to me. And that's when he says something about Wonder Man. They're remaking Wonder Man. And Von Kovic is a fictional director, by the way. Not a real one. However, he is taking on the role of director for the superhero film because he wanted to do something different. He wanted to make a movie that wouldn't need a sequel, but if it made money, he would be open to directing a sequel. And I went, yeah, why not? That's awesome. I'd be like, okay. This sounds great,
Mm-hmm.
And they even mention that it's just a remake. That's it. No sequels, nothing. It's just a remake. Just a remake. Well, that turns into Simon going, I love Wonder Man. I grew up with Wonder Man. This is my jam. It's what
That was my inspiration.
I gotta do this. I gotta be a part of this. I have to. And that's when they also, he says, okay, listen, I gotta get on this film. So he goes to his agent's office and storms a meeting. Listen, I don't know about you. I don't care how famous you are. You never storm into a meeting.
See, and that's why I say that he doesn't have any boundaries.
Yeah, there's none. There's none.
Yeah, because he doesn't think about anybody else and the impact that he may have on them from his actions.
Yeah.
He's kind of greedy.
A little bit, because he feels
A little bit greedy. He's definitely self-centered when it comes to this stuff.
well, he also feels that he's owed this stuff,
Yeah.
And his agent Janelle, lovely lady. I don't even know how long her hair really is, but my God, I am jealous of that hair.
I love her because she is, and I don't take no shit from nobody
Exactly.
kind of lady.
And she rips him a new one for getting fired from American Horror Story. But she's also
Yeah,
like,
for busting in on the meeting, getting fired from American Horror
Yeah.
Story.
but I will admit that they do have a lot. Like, she's got a lot of faith in him because she even tells him, "Listen, you're good. You're a good
One of the
actor.
best actors I know, I think she said.
However, you gotta stop what you're doing, you know."
You got to get out of your head.
And she even says to him, "You would succeed more if you just cooperated on set,"
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of that jab of shut up, do what you're told,
Yeah.
you know? And I like that.
Yeah. Her last words to him were, "We'll discuss American Horror Story first thing in the morning."
Yes. Yes.
Which means, oh shit, the ass chewing ain't over yet.
Yep, you're gonna die, boy. You're gonna die. However, they did admit that they were trying to get him reinstated on the FX series, and it just didn't work out.
Right.
As she leaves, though, Simon sees an email on her desk. He starts snooping around and finds out
Again, no boundaries.
where the casting is for Wonder Man, and starts impersonating everybody in order to find out where he needs to be. Which I
get his
thought,
name on the list.
yes, to get him on the list and get him in the door and audition and all that stuff, which is fantastic, but at the same time would never happen. That would never happen. No way in hell.
A top agent's not going to walk out of their office and leave an actor sitting there.
Right. With their computer completely open.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
at some point I'm saying to myself, not for nothing, but did she plan this? Because it looks like she planned it,
Now that you mention that,
Yeah.
Good possibility.
I have my reservations of it being planned, but I'm also like, that was kind of poor writing if you think about it. It was like that easy way out type of thing,
Right.
Where you're saying to yourself,
now, how do we get out of the agent's office? Let's do it this way.
Yeah, let's do it this way and see what we need to do.
Right. Want to say hi to Klinger real quick? Good to see you, Klinger.
Are you wearing a dress today, Klinger?
And do you have on the pearl necklace?
Yeah.
Oh, God. My mind went to a Tuesday night thought.
There goes MASH. We're all screwed.
I love how he impersonates it. The way I break it down is he's impersonating the assistant to the assistant to the agent.
Yes.
So it's like third step down. Going, she's going to get in trouble because she forgot this, and I'm trying to cover her butt and everything. And, it just, and he did it so naturally.
Yes. Very,
and
don't get me wrong, that's great for an actor. He was able to pull it off, no problem.
And doing it while he's driving like a friggin' maniac down a main street in friggin' downtown Hollywood.
Zooming in and out of traffic. I thought he was going to hit somebody, to be honest. I was like, that's not good. Not good at all. Klinger says, nope, the pearls are at home.
But he is wearing a dress.
Good for you, sir. Good for you.
And full makeup. You need to learn how to accessorize.
Now, I will say, he manages to get himself into the audition, signs an NDA, so he can't talk about it. He does all this stuff. And when he gets into the hallway, he just sees a line of people. Like, line of people.
Well, he also had to sign. I didn't catch what the paper was called, but it was some kind of a paper that basically said that he is not or does not have superhero powers.
Yes, which we'll talk about. It won't be happening next, but
Right.
it will.
But it was just interesting that they did it. I mean, I have to ask: is having superpowers during this time like illegal or something, or just very frowned upon?
So, okay. We're going to get it. I can't answer that just yet because there's an entire episode all about that.
I guess it's a good thing that you did watch the whole thing.
Yes. So I don't want to answer that just yet. But know this. They don't want anybody who's enhanced or has any superpowers in Hollywood on these films. So just think of that and think of what could possibly happen if said individual had superpowers or something like that and other people didn't and something happened. Good or bad, just something happened. So just keep that in the back of your mind. You know,
it's kind of a liability thing.
Yes. Actually, I think, what was it? I don't want to give it away.
Well, let's just move on then. We're good.
I'm trying to remember. Hold on. Oh, now I remember. I just looked it up. The doorman clause. That's what it was. He had to sign that. And again, we're going to get into it. Because that's...
Right.
Woo, you're going to watch it and go, oh, okay. All right. I gotcha. So he had to sign that and he had to sign an NDA. Okay. They don't want anything to do with superpowers, no superhuman abilities, nothing of the sort, because they don't want that. Okay. It's going to be bad if they do. So they give him the script. He's starting to go completely berserk because he's now nervous. He's trying to figure out what's happening. He's marking up the script like no tomorrow, just like he did with American Horror Story.
Overanalyzing.
Oh, big time. Big time. At the same time as this audition, though, there's a lot of laughter going on. And all the other actors are turning and looking toward the laughter. They're looking, they're all talking with each other. And one of the other actors says, man, that guy's really killing it in there. Which was a good thing. That's a good thing. You want that. But that's when he comes out of the room and sees Simon kind of freaking out a little bit. And Trevor goes over and says, come with me. Come with me. Just come with me. Breathe. Teaching him breathing.
My first thought was, he's going to get his ass chewed.
Oh, I thought so too.
Yeah. Ass chewing number 2, up and coming.
I thought Trevor was going to rip him a new one because he's like, what are you doing here? Like that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
exactly.
He flat out just tells him, listen, stop overanalyzing the text.
Get out of your head.
Get out of your head. You don't need subtext. You don't need character history. Trust your instincts. And that's what they'll tell you as an actor. Trust your instincts. Because you can do so much if you just be yourself and trust your instincts. Trust your skills and your teachings and all of that. And you'll do fine. And they call him in. He says he forgot the script. But he's seen the original so many times because that's his inspiration for acting, being in film. And he just belts it out.
And I tell you what, man, I looked at Kay right after he does his scene. And I was like, now that was good.
Right?
Because his change and he took Trevor's advice. Trevor told him, because he's like, well, how do I do it? How do I get out of my head? He says, take a deep breath and blow it out as, fast as you can. That's going to shut down the frontal lobe, and it gets all kind of technical about it and everything else.
Yep.
And he does that, and then he goes into the role, and it's like, holy crap, that's two different people.
Yeah.
And to do that as an actor, portraying an actor auditioning for a role.
Yeah.
I mean, that couldn't have been easy to do for him.
No. Especially for someone who's coming from the opposite side of overanalyzing things.
Right.
But apparently he leaves such a great impression that it's one of those, you know what, we're going to reach out to you. Thank you. Which was a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now at the end, Trevor and Simon leave and they're having a drink. They're becoming buds. They're becoming best friends. To me, anyway. To me. But Simon is getting in his head like, oh man, there's so much uncertainty when it comes to this, but there's always uncertainty when it comes to any type of film.
Yeah.
You're going out there and you're putting your all in because you want this. You want this more than the guy next to you, but the guy next to you wants it more than you or that guy. It happens. So you get in your head,
Right. Klinger says he's a dude disguised as a dude playing another dude.
You're not wrong.
He's not.
You're not wrong.
Actually, he did it. He described it better than me.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Credit where
Trevor,
credit's due.
and this was the cool thing. This is what I love about this series so far is the screen chemistry between Simon and Trevor. They're two polar opposites. One's very uptight and nervous, and the other is like, dude, you gotta chill, man. You gotta chill and relax. Know your place.
Oh, and that's life experience.
Yes.
That Trevor has,
Yes.
I mean, he's obviously, almost twice Simon's age.
Yes.
Been through a whole hell of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All the movies and acts and plays and everything else that he's been in. So like you said, totally opposite ends of the scale.
Sure.
And I liked one of the lines that Trevor said when they were in the bathroom when he was trying to get him out of his head.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm from an era where actors actually helped each other.
Yep. Yeah.
When it wasn't the cutthroat world that it is today.
Yeah. Because let's face it, what do you get for not helping somebody else these days? Nothing.
Nothing.
Karma comes back to bite you in the ass. So why not help each other? And that's for anything. Not just acting. Like, listen, if there's a guy who makes screws at a screw factory, you're going to teach them to do it right.
Well, you should.
Or voiceover actors. Voiceover actors don't care. They want you to succeed.
Yeah.
They did it. They want to pass their knowledge on to you to help you better. Same with podcasting. I will help anybody who wants to do a podcast. Absolutely, 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts. Been there, done that. So why not? Why not help each other? You have nothing to lose, everything to gain from it, And
right.
in this case, Trevor's been there. He's done that. No, I see your issue. Let me help you. Let me do that. Take my advice. Now, as Simon walks out, they part ways. They have each other's phone numbers and, whatnot. Trevor, while he's eating his salad, his phone rings or he gets a text. I forget which one it was, but he admits that he has...
Ring first.
It was a phone call?
Yeah, it was a phone call first.
That's what I thought. He admits that he had been in contact with Trevor.
Third contact.
And that he's very unstable. very unstable, represents a serious threat. And that they should technically take him into custody. Now, the cool thing is, while this was all happening, Simon's walking the streets of Hollywood, and he goes past the Chinese theater, which was a great callback to Iron Man 3, by the way, because of the explosion that happened at the Chinese theater. I did not see any type of memorials or whatnot at the Chinese theater, because you're not going to, but it was cool that it was the Walk of Fame. And he actually stops and sees Trevor Slattery's...
the director.
That's right, Von Kovic's star, right?
Yes.
It was Von Kovic's Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame, and he takes a picture of it and sends it to Trevor saying, I wonder if it's fate.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's fate.
Well, and the interesting thing was, as Simon was leaving, Trevor turned to him and says, I have a good feeling about today.
Yeah.
Maybe it was fate.
Maybe it was.
And then he gets the text saying the same thing and everything else.
Which brings us into episode 2 still, and we're going to go back to Trevor speaking with the person on the plane, because this was an entire flashback. And what happens is, not only does he get off the plane, but he gets arrested. And the reason he got arrested was the Department of Damage Control flat out told him, you didn't finish your jail time.
And here's the part that I didn't get to say before, because you told me that, hey, that's next episode.
Yep.
He got bum rush tackled from behind by 2 FBI agents.
Oh, he got hit so hard.
The airport.
The best part is, I really liked when he was down on the ground. He goes,
I'm not resisting.
I'm not resisting.
The only other thing he could have said was, I can't breathe, but I'm glad they went with what they did.
I'm not resisting. I'm right here. So what they do is we actually see a familiar face, a very familiar face. Agent P. Cleary. Agent Cleary, also known as Uncle Vanya. If you don't remember Mr. Cleary, then you need to go back and watch Spider-Man No Way Home, because he was the agent of DODC that arrested Peter Parker and the rest of his friends in Spider-Man No Way Home. He was also in 3 episodes of Ms. Marvel as well. So they're all linked. Again, Marvel, everything is linked together. Okay? So, yeah, it's there. Okay? It's all there. So he basically tells Trevor, you know what? No. You don't want to do jail time. You're going to work for us. And we need you to investigate Simon Williams. We believe he's a threat. He's a superpowered threat, extremely dangerous. We need information. And Trevor goes, okay.
Yeah, option two.
Either go to jail or do this. Option 2.
Yeah.
So, and again, this is why I love Ben Kingsley, because he just makes Trevor look so innocent. He really does.
Yeah.
In Iron Man 3, he was drunk and hooked up on drugs. And in this, he's just very calm, relaxed. He's very innocent.
I don't know if I would say it. He makes him look innocent.
Oh, it's something.
Yeah, it's. I can't place a word for it right now, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
When you say innocent.
Yeah.
Almost childlike in the way that he does things.
Ah.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, he's there.
I'll go with you on that one.
He's very experienced, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, with everything that he's been through and spending time in prison because of Mandarin and all that stuff. But he somehow or another he got out without doing all his time and everything. You know, like when they're sitting in the restaurant and they're talking, and Trevor gets the message from Simon, "I need your help."
Yes.
And the agent's sitting there going, "Well, are you going to text him back?"
No.
And Trevor's like, "Well, yeah, but I don't want him to think I was sitting there staring at my phone waiting for him to message me."
Yeah.
You know, and it's just...
Which you also you have to remember that with this part, because this is kind of taking place at the same time. When Simon texts him, Simon's working on a self-tape. And the only reason why he's working on a self-tape is because his agent is pissed at him for auditioning for Wonder Man, but is also like, okay, they like you. You show promise, but you need to do this for me too. This is for an indie film called The Carlisle. So do this. Right. And he was trying to do these self-tapes and it wasn't working. It was so bad that he was getting so frustrated with the actual filming of the self-tape that he started going through his phone and saw older ones with his girlfriend.
He went Caesar mode, dude.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
He went friggin' Caesar. "Would you like me to play this to your room?"
Yeah, like
what?
It was like he couldn't do it the way he wanted to. And when it came down to it, he started going through all the old self-tapes that his ex-girlfriend helped him with, and that just started getting him angry to the point where he was holding his breath, he was clutching his fingers, he was starting to show a lot of agitation to the point where his eyes started turning purple. Yay, glad they put that in, because
was it purple or was it red? On my TV it looked red.
It was purple.
Okay.
It was purple. So it got to the point where there was an explosion of ionic energy. You didn't see what happened. It happened off screen, which, to be honest, saved a lot of the budget for CGI. Just saying. But it was such a big explosion that all you saw was just everything move, glass breaking, curtains flying off in the distance, dust. Like,
you saw the shockwave.
Yeah, that shockwave, man. Woo!
Yeah,
woo.
That was a good one.
It was a great way just to show like him having this issue. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is all happening at the same time that Trevor is talking with Cleary in the diner, eating. And he's just like, yeah, I mean, I'll get to it. Yeah. Been there, done that. Yeah. And then he answers him. Sure, I can help you. And with that, Cleary's like, all right, well, here's what you need to do. While you're helping him, you're going to take this ring and you're going to put it on his computer so we can know everything and copy everything and know what exactly is going on with Simon Williams. Makes sense. They want to know. They want to know if he's a threat. He kind of is, if you think about it, because he doesn't have control of his powers, or does he? So,
at this point, no.
Yeah. So Trevor goes and helps him, and they go to multiple different areas to do this self-tape, and it's just not working at all.
Yeah.
It's not.
The Ahoy Tape Studio. That was funny.
Yeah. I liked when they went to Trevor's hotel room. I like when they not hotel room, his apartment, right? It was his apartment.
Yes.
So
yes.
They go to Trevor's apartment. They go to what was it? A self-tape shop, right? Where where it was like a studio.
Called Holy Tape. Yep.
And the best part is the girl who's doing this is reading the script and she has no idea what she's doing.
But she reads it, she's like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't.
They're like, screw this, we're out of here.
And then they go to where did they go after that? Oh,
Mr. Pantoliano's house.
they go to Joe Pantoliano's house, and boy, was that a cluster. Trevor got so mad at him.
I love the confrontation, though.
It really was. It was a good confrontation.
You know?
Like Joe Pantoliano's like, what did I do? You know, like I didn't do anything wrong, man. What's going on here?
Yeah. Well, and we find out a little bit more about Trevor's history.
Well,
and it leads into Mandarin because they're talking about how, Trevor's accusing him of stealing his role as the lead man.
yes.
And Joe's like, look, dude, you were
Coked
high
up.
out of your mind.
You were coked up. You were drugged up.
Talking about white bugs crawling out of your skin and this and that and the other thing. And he's like, how could you bring this up? And Pantoliano goes into some friggin' grandiose speech about acting and it just being a job and this, that, and the other thing. And, Trevor's like, you know what? Screw you. And then Simon got pissed off.
I like that Simon backed him up, though. I really
Baby's
did.
Day Out was terrible.
Hey, he got a lot of money for that. Just
Even the baby couldn't make you funny.
Which again, that just goes to show the type of friendship that Simon and Trevor were starting to form. They were backing each other up big time.
Yep.
Yep. And I like that they were doing that. This was more of a character development type thing, instead of full on action. Here's superpowers, and I loved it.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning, this is way off track
From what Marvel
this
has
is
done.
way off in left field.
Yeah.
Of anything that we've experienced inside the MCU.
Yeah.
Up to this point, because even with the other ones, when we were getting the backstory and everything else, there was still superhero stuff going on.
Yes.
But that's not the case here. We went through 2 episodes, and the only superpower we've seen was him dang near blow a hole in the wall of his apartment.
Which they finally go back to, and they go back to do this self-tape, because that's really the only spot that Simon is really comfortable in doing it. And when Simon leaves the room, Trevor puts the ring on the laptop, and it starts copying and doing whatever it needs to. And they're talking. They're talking from other rooms, and Trevor sees a curtain on the wall, or a blanket, something, and he pulls it down.
It was a sheet.
And Simon's like, yeah, okay, I can explain that. You want to go out for dinner? Because I don't have any.
Ordering pizza. I wanted to know if you wanted pepperoni on his pizza.
Yeah. Pepperoni?
Comes in the room, Simon sees him. Trevor's staring at the wall.
Yeah.
He turns around and looks at Simon and goes, pepperoni works for me.
Pepperoni works for me. Let's do it. So and listen, Trevor's been around superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around them. He knows that you can have powers and still be a decent person. And that's the type of thing that they're showing right now, is that even though Simon has these powers that you haven't seen yet, we've only seen a shockwave where, the wall is damaged, and that's it. So when
there's some major cracks in that wall, man. Goes up, cracks the ceiling, and everything.
All over the place.
And this isn't a drywall wall. This is the old style cement walls.
like clay,
that they
cement
used.
type wall, plaster, that type of thing. And I mean, it was damaged. He's not going to get his deposit back. That's for sure.
It looked like William Refrigerator Perry did a flying leap into that wall.
Yay! Kaboom! So, but that's where the second episode ends. And that leaves us going, this is interesting. So we've got Trevor working for Department of Damage Control to get as much information on Simon Williams as possible, but he's also helping Simon get this role. But it also leaves questions. Kool-Aid Man, there you go, Kool-Aid Man, Klinger,
There you go.
nailed it.
Except he didn't go all the way through.
So now you have Trevor who's trying to help Simon do what he needs to do in order to get this role, which is awesome. But he's also playing that double agent of, okay, I need to do this, otherwise I'm going to get thrown back in jail. Okay. Now, when it comes down to it, okay, it's going to be the point of no return, because it also opens up a lot of questions. The first of which, how long has he had these powers? Okay. Mm-hmm. The second is, what is the doorman clause, which we'll get into when it's time. And what is the end game for Slattery? You know, obviously it's not to go to jail. We know that, but there's something else that's going on. And we don't know it yet.
I'd say you're not picking up on that at this point.
No, you're not.
The only thing we're picking up on now is, one, he likes Simon.
Yes, he does. He likes him.
You know, there's genuine like as a person, from, you know, person to person, me to you.
Yes.
You know, but at the same time, he knows, and he tells the agent, he says, look, I have to play this a certain way.
Yes.
Or he's going to know that something's up.
Yes. Absolutely.
You know, like when the agent says, well, we can make up an audition. He says, no. He will know. He is a working actor.
Yep.
He will be able to tell.
Sure.
That it's fake.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, he's doing what he has to do on the law-abiding side of things to keep his butt out of jail. But the other side of him, you know, like we said, he's developed this friendship with Simon, so he's trying to help him out. And he just totally blows off the fact of what he did to the wall.
Yep. Just completely ignores it. He did collect the ring, though. He did collect the ring to stop it from gathering information from the laptop, which Department of Damage Control, they're using Stark Tech, so they get everything very, very quickly. You know?
Right.
So now when it comes down to it, I believe I go first when it comes to our ratings. Now, we're going to use W's because that is the Wonder Man logo, is W.
Okay.
All right. And it's out of 5. So the best of 5.
Mm-hmm.
So far.
1 being low, 5 being high.
Which one?
I said 1 being low, 5 being high.
Yes. So far, with episode 1, I'm actually giving it a 4. And the only reason why I'm giving it a 4 is because even though it was slow-paced, and it was, believe me, episode 1 was very slow-paced, I understand why they did it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that this is not your average shoot 'em up, beat 'em up, action superhero show. Okay?
Yeah.
This is more of a dramedy. It's a drama with a comedy in it. It's a dramedy. Okay? Yeah. So you have to build those certain key points of the characters and bring them all together and do it in a very roundabout way where it's not giving away too much information. because you
Right.
still have after 1 and 2, there's still 6 more episodes after this, so there's 8 total. Okay, so
Right.
I understand why, but the writing was actually pretty good. It wasn't cheap. It wasn't one of those things where, the dialogue was cheesy. And not for nothing, they kind of make fun of Hollywood a little bit. Just a little.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little. So for episode 1, I'm giving it a 4 solely on the writing. I like the writing. I like the dialogue. I like Trevor Slattery. I love Trevor Slattery. You'll never see me coming. I love it. And not for nothing, I can't pronounce his name because I screw it up. Yahya Abdul Mateen II. Did I say that right? I'm loving his portrayal of Simon Williams. I am. I'm loving it. I love it. So, number 4, I'm giving it 4 W's for episode 1. What are you giving it for episode 1?
About 3.5.
All right. Completely understandable.
Yeah, I mean, it pulled me in. That's the biggest thing. It explained a lot of what Simon's going through right now with, losing the job at American Horror Story, losing his girlfriend, all in the first 10 minutes of the damn show. And everything else that he did. And like you said, it was slow. That was the only thing I really said to you while I watched episodes 1 and 2 was, kind of slow.
Yes.
But the thing for me is it wasn't the dialogue and everything wasn't forced.
No, not forced at all.
Which is usually what happens.
It was very natural.
Yeah. And especially with the chemistry that Juju and, Simon and Trevor have and everything. I'm sitting at a 3.5 after episode 1.
And that's perfectly fine. Episode 2.
Episode 2, I loved the airport scene. The airport scene made me laugh so hard I damn near fell out of my chair.
I'm not resisting.
If I hadn't had my seatbelt on, I would have fallen out of my chair.
Yeah, pretty much.
The chemistry building between Simon and Trevor and everything. Like I said, this is so far outside of the realm of the MCU and what we've seen in the past.
Yes.
That in itself automatically is putting these episodes at a 3.
Which is good.
Right off the bat. So, it hits that midway point right off the bat.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me was the dialogue with Pantoliano.
That was great.
And Simon going off on him as they leave.
Yep.
And everything. And just everything between Simon and Trevor.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting. And you don't realize you are, but you're getting a lot of Trevor's history.
Yes.
That we don't know about other than Mandarin.
Right. And don't get me wrong, we've gotten tidbits here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Between Iron Man 3, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and now Wonder Man, we're getting more and more, which is great.
Okay. Thank you for saying that because I've been trying to place him.
Oh,
and it was
the other movie?
Shang-Chi was the one that I couldn't place him from.
Yep.
Shang-Chi. And I just watched that a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, I'm at a 3.5 on this one as well.
All right. That's perfectly fine because you know what? I'm actually at a 4. I am. I'm at a 4. And the only reason why I'm at a 4 is I like what they did with his powers. I mean, again, comic book nerd. Here we are. And not for nothing, Wonder Man has died multiple times in the comics, and he's virtually indestructible. You can't really kill him. But I like that they showed his powers, but they didn't. They didn't reveal anything. They just showed his eyes turn purple and the shockwave alone. That,
And I'll tell you something. In the first time I watched them,
yep.
because it was during the day, I didn't see the eyes change.
Ah.
But when I was rewatching tonight, the 2 times that it happened,
Yep.
I saw it. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't see that before.
Yeah, when he's getting very frustrated
So that was interesting.
or he's like getting agitated or something like that, it's bringing out the powers, and you start seeing the purple, which is how Trevor kind of noticed something was going on at the audition, and that's why he went over and kind of like, whoa, chill out, dude.
Man, let's talk.
Come on, come with me. Come, breathe.
Help me, help you, help me, help you to help me, help you.
Exactly. Which is why I'm sitting at a 4. And so far, I'm loving this. Yeah.
I love the, I'm going to say the feel that it has, but the feel's not the right words.
Like,
but I love where the intensity level.
Okay.
I love the intensity level. They've brought it up and they've maintained it at that one point because they keep throwing the damage control guy in.
And well, you know what? If that was going to be,
forget.
If that was going to be like the level playing field, right? You've got that intensity. The Department of Damage Control is that spike.
Yeah.
It's that one spike you need just to kind of like, oh, okay, what's going on here?
It's almost like they're worried that you're going to forget about him.
Yes.
It's almost like they're worried that you're going to forget about, all of this happening is because of the Department of Damage Control.
Yes.
So that, they have to throw that in there every now and then just to remind you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that because it's easy, very easy right now to forget about them.
Yes. Very, very easy. And you don't want to. No. Not happening.
Looking forward to episode 3.
Yes, which we will talk about next week because 1, we can, and 2, we have to. Next week's episode is called Pasioma. Am I saying that right?
Oh.
Pacoima. And Doorman. So episodes 3 and 4, Pasioma and Doorman. That's a good one. And I can say that. But it's also going to answer a lot of questions. The next 2 episodes are going to answer a lot of questions from 1 and 2 that kind of leave you hanging, not just with damage control, but with Simon and Trevor. It brings a lot out. Okay?
What I like is you don't feel lost.
No, you don't. You're right along for the ride.
Lost after 1 and 2. You're hanging there. You've got the questions there, but you don't feel lost.
Right. Exactly.
So good stuff.
That, my friends. Whoop! I just blocked your face. Sorry, my bad. It's one of those things. Just one of those things. I do it automatically. Sorry. My bad.
No, don't block me.
I blocked you. So, for the redneck, there he is. There he is. He's right there. That is JT, and I am the Geek Sully. So, for Avenger Pretenders for this week, thanks for joining us. We will be live again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the Sully Show, so make sure you tune in to that. And next week, episodes 3 and 4 of Wonder Man, right here at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Accidental Punch TV. For the redneck, I am the Geek Sully. Have a great night, everybody. And as always, Thanos was right.